to another edition of I Am AAPC. I am AAPC Alex, and today I have with me
Dena Mallin.
Dena, thank you so much for being with us today. Tell us about how you found your way into the medical coding path.
Well, my first husband was a physician, and I worked in his office as a primary care physician, internal medicine. I always say that was my kindergarten education into this arena, and I found that I loved the whole reimbursement part of things. And just kind of like somebody said, you all of a sudden feel like you're getting sucked in or pulled in. Back when I started, of course, like the other people who spoke, we did everything by hand. There was no EMR. We filled out ICFAs by hand. And one day in this primary care office, which was my ex-husband, I got a call from a company who called themselves Medicare. And this is way back, this is in the mid-'80s. They wanted to know if I would be interested in working with them on a pilot program called electronic claims. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So we communicated back and forth, and it was, at that time, Highmark Blue Shield was helping to formulate and initiate this new program of electronic claims, and they asked me if I would be on the other end. So anyhow, long story short is, that was the beginning. Shortly after that, I went out on my own and left that primary care office. Also, sideline, I got divorced, but it also helped me to then recognize that, hey, I had a career. This was the early days, AAPC had really just started.
Wait a second, how long have you been an AAPC member for?
A long time.
Well, we're 35 years old this year.
Well, probably pretty close to that time. One of my colleagues, some of you may know, Faith Marie Hope. Well, Faith and I decided that we were going to get our coding certification because we were working for a consulting company at that time. And so we studied together, and I remember vividly we took our exams at Penn, and you know how hard the exam was, but that was really the beginning of my journey. And through AAPC, I never coded all day long like many of you. I found that I loved the reimbursement aspect and that I was probably good at it. So I went very quickly, and instead of continuing to work for somebody, started my own billing company way back when, and it continues today. And I've been very blessed, always kept my certification, because even though I don't code, I find it invaluable, and I have credibility when I say to the providers, you've insufficient documentation. If I haven't said that a gazillion times, I wish I had a penny for every time I've said that over the years. But I have the certification, and it was through AAPC that let me really continue this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dena, thank you so much, Dena.